Am I the a-hole for saying my dad is only a good dad to my half-siblings, not me, and using other family to back me up? I, 17M, grew up with a dad who, if I'm being brutally honest, did the bare minimum. For the first 12 years of my life, it was just the two of us. My mom wasn't in the picture at all. I've never really known her. She wasn't involved when I was a baby, and she passed away when I was about 5.5. I have this very faint memory of her funeral. I remember wearing shoes that pinched and everyone crying. That's pretty much it. I grew up surrounded by extended family, grandparents, aunts, uncles on both sides. They tried. They were the ones who showed up. They'd take me in for a few nights, help with school stuff, make sure I had someone at my school plays or parent-teacher nights. But day to day, I lived with my dad, and he wasn't really there. Sure, he kept a roof over our heads and food in the kitchen, but beyond that, he wasn't parenting. He rotated babysitters until I was around 5 or 6, just long enough for me to microwave food, bathe without supervision, and not die if left alone. After that, it was like, cool, you're on your own, kid. My aunts and uncles would check in, some more often than others. A couple even offered to take me in permanently. But my dad always said no. Not because he wanted to raise me, at least not in a way I could tell, but because I guess it would have looked bad if he didn't. So I stayed. I floated between school, sitters, and relatives' homes like a guest in my own life. Then everything changed when I was 12. My dad met a woman. Let's call her Erin. They married within a year, and shortly after, she was pregnant. When my first half-sibling was born, my dad transformed into someone I barely recognized. Suddenly, he was involved. He took time off work for the birth. He woke up in the middle of the night to feed the baby. He read parenting books, planned family outings, made Sunday into family day. He and Erin talked about the future, made wills, discussed guardianship. I remember his oldest sister, my aunt, asking what would happen to me if something happened to them. After a long, awkward silence, my dad said, well, obviously, you'd take him too. But there was no paperwork, no legal arrangements, just a shrug and a verbal, sure, I guess. Fast forward a few years. My half-siblings are now 4, 2, and 1. My dad knows their favorite foods, how to calm them when they cry, what books they like at bedtime. He plays with them, hugs them, talks to them. When they're sick, he stays up with them. He jokes with them. He's patient with them. He parents them. And me? I'm still in the background. Still the kid who raised himself while he worked late shifts. Still the one who needed therapy nobody thought to get him. Still the one who feels more like an awkward houseguest than a son. Then a couple weeks ago, Dad and Erin asked me to babysit on a Friday night so they could have a date. I told him I couldn't. I work Friday nights. He said I could just call out of work. I said no. He pushed again and I snapped. I told him he could hire a babysitter like he did for me all those years. He got quiet and said, we don't like the idea of leaving the kids with strangers. And I just stared at him. Strangers were good enough for me, right? So I said it. I asked him why it wasn't a problem to leave me with strangers back then. He said, it was a different time, different circumstances. Then he said something that really pissed me off. He told me babysitting is the role of the oldest, that I'm part of this family, and it's time I act like it. I told him, since when am I even part of this family? He looked hurt, then angry. He started saying he's been a damn good dad and my attitude is what's wrong. That I'm twisting things, being disrespectful. I told him the truth. He was never a good dad to me, only to my half-siblings. He ranted about it for 2 weeks. He told me I was exaggerating, painting him in a bad light, being ungrateful. So when we had dinner at my grandparents' house, with my 2 aunts and 3 uncles there, I brought it up. I asked, would you say Dad was a good dad to all his kids, or just to the younger ones? There was silence. Then one of my uncles said, he was hardly a dad to you at all. The others nodded. My aunt said she always felt like she had to step up because someone had to care about me. They all agreed that while he's fantastic with the younger kids, he checked out of parenting when it came to me. That's when Erin lost it. She got up and stormed off, furious that I brought it up in front of the kids. She said I was trying to make their children feel unloved or guilty. My dad told his siblings they were being harsh and unfair, but they pushed back. One of my uncles said, you don't get to rewrite history just because you don't like the story. Since that dinner, things have been tense. Dad's been trying to be more fatherly. He'll ask questions like, how was your day? But in that weird, stilted way like he's rehearsing it. He offered to help me with my homework once. I'm a senior, and I haven't needed help with homework since I was in middle school. It's performative. And it feels hollow. Erin is still mad. She said I caused a rift in the family and made her kids feel like they're not truly loved by the rest of us. That I'm poisoning them against their dad. She said I made her feel like I don't care about her or the life they've built. But the thing is, I never said their dad is a bad father. He's just never been a good one to me. So now, Dad and Aaron are furious. The house is cold and awkward, and I'm wondering if I crossed a line by airing this stuff in front of other people or by involving my younger siblings indirectly. Am I the a-hole for saying my dad was only ever a good father to my half-siblings and backing myself up with the rest of the family?